Hi, my name is Aaron Moon, and I'm a manager here at Velosio on our apps and automation team. And I'm here today to talk about AI, automation, and whether or not these things are threats or opportunities for those of us in the workplace today. Some benefits that I see are, the ability to move quickly, the ability to help our coworkers to work more efficiently, to work faster, and be able to remove some of the lower level administrative things. The thing that you spend hours and hours doing this one thing every month or every week or something, and get some of those things out of the way and allow you to focus on tasks and opportunities that can really help to move your business forward. Some potential threats, I think as we really start to delve into using AI and using automation, there are some things that we should be thinking about. And those of us who are trying to make use of these tools, maybe building things with these tools, um, should be thinking about how we can do that responsibly and making sure that we're not creating more issues than we had before, right? So, there's lots of concerns about AI. Is it gonna take over the world? I definitely don't think we're there yet, but as you're starting to explore and look at those things, I think the important thing is that a person needs to review what's being generated. You see lots of these tools like ChatGPT that can be extremely helpful and provide lots of information, and it sounds very authoritative. Um, but you may ask it something, and when you go to talk to a person that's actually an expert in that said area, they might go, "That's wrong." That just looks like if you were to do a bunch of Googling and throw together a bunch of opinions and then say it very authoritatively. So, I think there's some work that we need to do, and there's definitely the human element involved that's going to need to be there to guide these things as we begin to use them more and more. I'm definitely seeing a lot of engagement around these tools, these ideas, and so we're beginning to work with our clients and try to make use of this technology that's coming into the workplace. So when you think about AI, you can think about scanning documents, kind of producing some kind of a text response. So a few examples might be we want to receive a document like an invoice, scan it, and then take that and upload it into a business system. You might think about the kind of the classic the experience of chatting with a bot or an agent on your website, and maybe it's kind of transformed a little bit to sound more like a real person with something like a chat gpt kind of functionality, right, where it's no longer just, "Hi, I'm a bot." It's can be a little bit more conversational, and so we're certainly seeing a lot of interest in these areas, and it's pretty exciting to kind of be in this space and working as clients are starting to figure out how to use these tools. One example of this with a client is there was a scenario where one of the customers we're working with wanted to be able to summarize email threads. So the issue here is that they have lots of communications coming in from different directions, from different parties, and they're trying to prioritize the particular items that have some kind of follow up. Have an action item included in that email somewhere. And so what we were able to do is use a tool like Power Automate and its AI capabilities with there's a tool called AI Builder that Microsoft has that enables you to use AI functionality very easily inside of a low code tool like Power Automate is. And so Power Automate, you configure a workflow that says, when we receive these emails, push that email thread through an AI engine, and generate a summary for me. Say, what was the discussion in this email about? Were there any action items or follow-up items? And then take that output, generated by that AI, and push that into a business system. So you can then create sort of a list of follow-ups, right? Of, hey, there was conversations with this individual, with this client or vendor, and here was a summary of what was discussed in this email. Maybe it's pretty obvious they were unhappy, and so we want to flag that and follow up with them. Um, or perhaps there was a question that needs to be responded to, and in the AI there, the conversational AI that we have now, that's been sort of the new thing in the past year or so, is really able to help us do that, to scan a bunch of text, and very similar to how a person might summarize, it can do that summarization for us. Certain tasks, I think, that are kind of low level administrative tasks, there is possibility there that AI and automation can help to kind of to automate those things. I think the draw that we see is, in the workplace, is that really enables your employees to rise to a higher level and say, okay, now that I've got some of these administrative tasks out of the way, what can I spend that a little bit extra, that extra hour or so on, that can really drive value to the business in a way that maybe that person hasn't been able to do before, because they spend an hour a day doing something that's very repetitive. So I think there's lots of opportunity there, and of course there's some level of responsibility that we should be taking when we're using these tools and looking at how we can apply them. I think I've highlighted this a little bit, but I think that with these tools, there needs to be some human element involved to make sure that what's being automated, what's being generated, is correct and is reliable. And so I think there is a potential to become over reliant, if you will, if you just make the assumption that this automation or this AI is going to be able to do it perfectly. Then there's the chance there that you're misled, that it does something that you weren't intending it to do. And this is definitely the case, as I mentioned, with conversational AI that's happening with tools like ChatGPT, and it's sounding very authoritative when you ask it a question and it says, "Here's an answer." And it very well might be the case that what it's providing is not the whole truth, or it's not quite nuanced enough for your particular scenario. So I do think there's a level of responsibility that's at play here, that we need to be thoroughly kind of reviewing and checking what's happening. But then, I think there's a lot of opportunity, and otherwise I would just say, the advice is to go have fun and try out these tools to see how we can improve our day-to-days. Thank you guys so much for listening to me talk about these areas here. If this was interesting to you, or if you have more questions, please engage with us, engage with Velosio. You can reach out to me or anyone else on the team here, and we'd be happy to talk more with you about AI, what it means, and how you might be able to automate your business processes today. So thank you guys so much.